Welcome back to ESL Pro League. We're plugged in for our second series now. We're going to be switching up a little bit. FaZe Clan are back in effect. They've not looked great over the past few days. Are they going to be looking any better today, Benjamin?
Well, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Because they're playing the same team maps they played last night. We saw them on it, and it was, as you said, it wasn't great, was it? It was very scrappy, back and forth. Quite lackluster as well. Hellraiser is exactly a side you would think would normally be beating FaZe on maps like that, especially when you consider FaZe. Their most played, 4 maps, say, would be Mirage, you'd throw in Overpass, Inferno. And for some reason, that's 2 of the maps that they seem to be faltering on.
Yeah, and it's definitely quite a weird affair. It seems like the entire team's sort of been in disarray. Some players struggling, really. Rain not having the best form. Yeah. It's been quite all over the place. Nico as well, trying to be at the helm and also frag. And interestingly enough, he was the one that was popping off the most for a lot of it. Olofmeister as well coming in as really sort of the big name that was doing the brunt of the work. Other than that, it was kind of question marks everywhere. I don't really know what I could say was good. Yeah,
it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's just, like, we understand that Nico's taken that position as the IGL, but then they're just not really, it doesn't look like the team's changed much, other than you get some questionable plays like jumping through smokes and stuff, which seems to be a common reoccurrence we keep seeing in their games now. And it just seems like the playbook that he has available to him is not being really used. Karrigan perhaps out of position now as well, because he's not used to being, not the top dog, I suppose, the team. He's not the final say now. It just makes you wonder, like, what is this team moving towards? Like, do they really think they need to have a roster change? Because the team, if you put it on paper, is arguably the best 5 you could get.
With some of the most talented players in the world, all in one team. It's very bizarre. We do have the odds for this one quickly as well that we can check out now. It's 1.65 in favour of FaZe over North's 2.0, obviously reflecting the fact that FaZe, although they are the favourite on paper, they haven't had the best form.
Yeah, normally this game would be a quite heavily favoured map, or matchup, rather, for FaZe, but as shown just then, odds not really saying it. It was 1.65, I believe. It shows it's relatively even. And we've seen North in the past on this map, if you remember the game against, I believe it was Hellraisers. We saw Cadian, of course, get that nice ace 1v3, didn't we?
Cadian went wild in that game.
It was a really good showing from him. Hopefully he can follow that up with some more good showings.
And obviously this is now, well, it's had time to actually sort of get set in stone now. Cadian's been on there. When we first saw it, it was very fresh of a change after subbing out MSL for Cadian. And North, the form has looked better from them, I'd say, since Cadian's been in the team.
Yeah, that's true. You see the counteraction there, really nicely played. Rain, he's ready to bait that push into connector. Waits for Nico to arrive, flash comes through, they just double face it, get 2 kills to start off the round already. So North, not starting off well. FaZe, on the other hand, 2 kills up already. However, it looks like B site is the play. It's only AZ towards that site, though. You got to be thinking the bomb site plant will be free. Smoke coming in there. Karrigan, more going towards barrels. The bridge smoke is missed ever so slightly. And Nico, I think he missed his smoke as well. So you do like to see that, I guess, don't you?
Yeah, it's not ideal if you're going to be missing those set pieces. They're set pieces for a while, for a reason. They're supposed to block off certain angles and give you the advantage. And luckily enough, they have been able to get the bomb down, get into a good position here. Gade just going to be sprinting in. Ooh, Gade finds that headshot, takes down Rain. But it's still quite an awkward round to be in. A 1 versus 2.
He's planning to save.
Yeah, he just wants to get out of there. He has armor. No point going for it. Taking a lot of damage, that armor,
I was going to say, he has armor, but it's down to 52.
Not really,
that's really low. That's normally what you see if you get battered by like 5 Glocks on an anti-eco round.
That's normally like rebuy level of armor anyway.
He's probably going to get killed as well. He lands that shot, but Nico should get just a single shot towards him. There we go. So he doesn't even save that armor. Nico didn't have armor to begin with. He can get an AK into this one if he wants to. So you mentioned before we start this match, Rain, one of the players who's been quite lackluster in the past few months. You could arguably say the whole year.
Yeah.
I remember back at Katowice, he was under the weather as well as playing quite poorly, so people were saying, that was his excuse for them. But now, obviously, you can't be under the weather for the whole year.
No.
That's not really a reasonable thing to do unless you're snods.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So, Rain, he's not been playing well. He was, what, number 4 in the world last year, I think it was?
He was up there. And he's always been such a formidable player. I mean, eyes have been on him for years because of just how impressive he is. Single-handedly sort of the king of his scene.
Yeah, he is that shining light next to JKM as well. And, you know, compared to JKM right now, he's the one shining, but it's just so unusual that he's able to fall off this much, because his game wasn't particularly just reliant on him being able to one-shot everyone. Olaf getting tested at Matchday, gets the 2 kills, but overwhelmed, quite clearly. But that does allow FaZe to just guarantee this push towards the A site. Although they are deciding to use the smokes on the push-in for whatever reason, despite Guardian basically telling them this is all clear. I think that smoke's missed as well, so it's bank, unless that's meant to land slightly off to the side. So it's not really looking good, is it? What do you think about the missing smokes that are so simple? Because in the pistol round, it was, you know, Nico was doing the center of sight smoke, I believe, and that just wasn't there. Carrigan was doing the bridge smoke, and it landed off to the side as well. Same thing happening there, the bank smoke missing towards the right. It's not looking good for the buy-rounds ahead. I would be quite worried if North had realised that these smokes are actually landing to the side a bit. Not really giving Easy a chance though, he's just going back 10.
Started climbing the slide.
He will tap the bomb though to try and pull a player in. Carrigan recognising it's probably too late anyway. Easy doesn't even die to the bomb, but he will die to Nico. So 2-0, those 2 players, not really too crazy. And the buy comes in. It's going to be all rifles on the side of North, I believe. Because Cadian did not have enough money to get an AWP himself.
Okay, so round 3 here, North. This is when they need to start to show what they can get up to. As you said, there is no AWP in place, but it's just the 5 rifle setup, but a lot of utility there. Early HE usage coming out.
Carrigan nades off that side. He was thinking about it, wasn't he? He had it out, aiming at that side of the pipe. Instead, I think they're letting Guardian just go all the way up short. Not fully going for the swing. If he were to go fully for the swing, he might catch AZ. Depending on where he's playing. He's actually jump spotting at Freiburg.
This does seem like it will be a play towards that B side, though. Carrigan going to set up Molotov in. Trying to burn out a player there from behind the toxic barrels, but no one's there. Counter Molotov to a strict short control. Minute on the clock. They have 2 HEs left, one on Carrigan, one on Olafmeister. Rain makes a play out towards the A site. Nice use of the first.
I suppose it was a matter of time, wasn't it? You know, you're going to Molotov that side, or you're going to nade it.
Oh, did Guardian spot?
I don't think he did. That's when he'll know there's a player on that side, though. I don't think he'll check for 2, though. I feel like he saw him, though. I think he did see Valda. Obviously, Valda could have moved after that smoke got deployed. Cadian's ready for the flash as soon as that smoke fades. 30 seconds left. We saw a lot of this from FaZe yesterday. Late burst onto the site. But they're thinking about taking the bombs away. This is so last second. They need to get the kill onto A site. If Kirby stops them, this can be round over.
This is risky. Olafmeister trying to fully commit and sell the idea that this is a play towards B. Kirby in the close range angle. Oh, won't be finding that frag, and Olafmeister's been able to deny the player on the B site. Rain with a headshot, but Valde trades it back. However, he is miles away. He is not on the correct site.
They just got it.
He's going to have to rotate, and the bomb's only just gone down.
A second left on the clock for the plant. So if Kirby kills one of the players on the push there, you've got to be thinking Cadian gets 1 as well. And arguably, you could say he stays alive for longer because of Kirby staying alive. And that's probably round over. It's such a... I wouldn't say it was a bold move. I think it was quite stupid myself. Because I don't think you should be relying on your entries getting the kills. It just shows that there wasn't really much of an idea. It was the last second, Nico just going, okay, let's just go away. 25 seconds left. Not really realising the logistics behind that idea. Nevertheless, though, they did win the round. So that's a positive, I suppose, in most lights. Just the pistols on north side. Looks like they will be going towards A long there. However, Valde's got close wall with a CZ, and he's playing anti-flash. Unfortunately, anti-flash not quite good enough in that instance. Gets taken down pretty easily. Nico did get damaged a lot, but not enough to actually get the kill.
Taking that long control. As they begin to push their way up towards the A site. AZ Going to be holding, but just the PT50 on the close angle, so they would need to get right up towards him to actually find him. You've also got Cadian, who's pushed down towards toilets. There they go with a slow calculated push. Right now, FaZe Clan seeming like they're going to be able to pick up the 4th round here. Have a pretty flawless game. AZ with the push, depends on the timing. Finds the first even through the flashbang, but the trade is there from Carrigan Ben. And it's just up to Cadian and Gade. PT50 not working out too well for him. Gage to the 5-7, but I don't imagine he has the ferocity. This should be another round now for FaZe.
Yeah, very slowly played anti-eco. Just kind of making sure that they got a bit of a wolf pack available to them. Guardian obviously gets killed by AZ, but there wasn't much he could do about that, I suppose. They did just spot Gage towards bank, though, I believe. So they're going to pull back, try and make sure he doesn't get a chance to steal the gun that was available. So FaZe ultimately going to be going 4-0 up. So they actually played Overpass last season in the online phase. And that was with obviously Mertz and MSL on the North lineup. And the big matchup during that game was actually the AWPers. So Mertz, who was playing for North at the time, went 21-7. Guardian went 6 for 18. It was a 16-5 North win in that online matchup. So I think all eyes are on Cadian, and I suppose that might be a sign of things to come. Guardian winning the AWP fight straight away. Because it's all well and good having Cadian as your AWPer as well as IGL. But matching up against Guardian, I wouldn't say Cadian's that flashy AWPer that might be able to beat Guardian in one-on-one. So FaZe, they get the entry goal again in this round. However, they seem very willing to play it down to like the last 35 seconds, 40 seconds, before deciding on which bomb site they will go to. North making the call to have 3 players towards A. They're leaving Valde on his own towards B. Unfortunately for him, it looks like the play will be towards his site. A single flashbang will wipe him away. He's trying to make sure he gets in a good position to guarantee a kill at the very least. Here comes the execute. Olaf dying to the Molotov alone. It's not a good start on the push, especially as he's given enough time for teams to rotate. Valde.
Oh. Valde jump spotting. Gade gets the first, but the adjustment comes back in. Kirby with a nice kill there on Rain, Ben. It's only 2 players that are left now on the side of FaZe Clan, but they're actually making it work. Nico going to be bombed out of the server, but the HE that rolls in dunks on him. Guardian takes the aggressive angle, nearly gets the flick around. AZ somehow wins that firefight with the M4. Seemed like Guardian almost had the flick, but that is going to be the first round now picked up for North. It's taken quite some time to get into this position.
I gotta be thinking, how does Olaf Meister die to the Molotov from Valde? I think he had a smoke on him as well, so he could have put that out. Maybe just too slow, maybe quick switched, I suppose. That's the alternative way of that. But the setup took so long that there was a second player from North already arrived on the site by the time the smokes come in and the push comes through. Well, I've had a lot of success actually going for this push yesterday, if you remember. He was a bit dominant force on towards B short. So I mentioned the AWP battle. That's probably one of the bigger things to watch here. Cadian being quite a defensive angle, an unorthodox angle, I think it's fair to say. You wouldn't normally have your AWP holding this push into the short pipe, but it would catch a player off guard if they were to go towards it. And that could be the case now. It's a right-hand peek for Cadian, so he'll have the advantage on the players coming through here. However, if a flashbang were to come through, it's very easy to count.
Oh, Nico. Explosive as ever on the entries there, just finessing upon them. Makes his moves, Ben, and shows what he can get up to. There's only 3 players that remain on the side of North, and they're in quite the predicament. Rain as well. It's a tasty angle, takes the firefight. Lands that first headshot. And you can see he's now starting to get the confidence flowing through him as well. But let's go for the follow-up frag. We'll begin to delve out. Just holding. Valde going to get that frag. Overconfidence was his biggest downfall. And Kirby as well survives as he eliminates Carrigan.
Guardian with another kill back. So Guardian is very willing to give the AWP towards Nico. Whenever Nico goes lower, the health point less. You can see the AWP trade-off just happening, like Bogdan's low, I suppose, coming into effect. But Guardian seems very willing to do it. He's an okay rifle. Yeah. But ultimately, I still want that AWP battle. Cadian, just as I said, a single flashbang pushing him off that angle means it's a free kill. And Nico, it was a beautiful 2K from him, to be fair. Completely pushes through.
Smashed him, really.
Yeah. So they saved no weapons into this round. And they're just going to be pushing towards long. However, they're running into 2 players in Playground who are ready for some kind of push. But I wouldn't say it was a very clean spray from either of the players. Guardian trying to recover it. The bomb was there as well, though. Oh,
this has gone incredibly wrong, Ben. And Guardian just going to be dinked down, slain by Valde. They've all got guns. North, they should win this round, really, from the position they're in. It'd be so hard to throw it away. So 2 versus 4. AZ's on 1 HP. They have scavenged the 2 AKs. The AWP was down as well. I feel like they should have been able to grab that. The player on the close angle, though, is going to be Gade, and he's just holding the AK right now. They don't really want to run the risk of passing it back and being caught off in the transition. AZ will fall. Luckily, he was the lowest player on that CT side. Olaf Meister gets detected. The AWP's actually on their side as well. So luckily, they can't grab it. Cadian only needs the pistol as he will begin to push through. The panic on Olaf Meister, but he gets the wall bang off. Wow. Oh, and the headshot as well. A very messy round, but redeemed at the end there by FaZe.
It's been the epitome of their T-side rounds a lot of the time, hasn't it, the past few days? Very scrappy, not very well played, really. Have
to just come down to the individual brilliance of each player, which is fine. But you can't rely on that all the time. Yeah,
that's the thing. And North actually not going for a buy here. So you think you've just managed to get it down to 1 player left on FaZe.
Just with pistols.
Maybe chase the economy. However, North, they seem quite reliant on that. They want to have full utility. And there's going to be another push through monster here. They're going to catch her off guard. Oh, the spam is behind the players and the flash blinds them completely.
Oh, he falls back, trying to shoot through the chain link fence. Struggling, fully commits there to get the 1 kill. Will do so, and Nico rotates round. Hungry for the connection. However, they're just going to be hiding right now. Looks like Valde's playing anti-flash, supported by his teammate.
Nico will know that's not the gun that faced him, though.
Could be a good bait.
The right-hand peek. Nico loses that fight. That's normally a fight he'd probably win, I feel. But that's a very solo play by Nico. You got to be thinking somebody should be going with him. If they're trying to make sure they don't keep the gun, you may as well go as a complete team. Like, you know there's a majority of CT players there. Just clean it out. You've got the weapon advantage. Instead, we see the situation play out where North now have a man advantage. However, Valde is very low, but he does still have the AK. You can see the rotation on North, though. Cadian's had so much info at mid, he'll go down the connector. And they're going to risk having 3B, I think, as well as Cadian in connector. 25 seconds. Valde playing Freiburg. He's holding for the push as well. This could be diabolical for FaZe.
Okay, Molotov's out. Utility going to be dashed across the board to give them the early entry and the access to get towards the site, but Valde finds the initial frag. They have 8 seconds, Ben. So delayed, so fragmented, and when they eventually did push in, they were just completely overthrown by the pistols. They all crumble away into dust. And there's another round now picked up. Finally, North getting themselves a second on the board, and because of how tight these rounds have been for FaZe Clan, even when they're winning, they have no cash.
And that should be a FaZe pause, right? Because North have no reason to be having to talk things over.
Not right now.
But I think the ultimate thing you could take from that last 2 rounds is North have been doing things on the rounds that are basically throwaways. So even though they have no investment other than like a flashbang, say, they've been doing things as a team, right? You push A long, you push monster, and it catches players off guard, and you get a gun from it, you make use of that gun.
Yeah.
Normally we see teams just kind of keel over, just let the round happen. Just be like, no, we're going to lose this one now.
Get rid of the eco, let's get to the next round, yeah.
but it's quite nice to see some kind of initiative from that, because it's quite rare. To be fair, it's, you know, you can still win these rounds. It's obviously it's not a very high chance.
No, but you're only restricted by what you do.
Yeah, exactly. So it means North have a really nice buy-in. Kirby currently has no weapon. I don't know what's happening in spawn between them. He still has no primary weapon.
I guess he's just taking a P250.
Look at this play from Olaf. What I was trying to say is he knows they're playing short. It's really weird.
Oh, and Nico gets the 1 kill. Olaf Meister trying to get the trade, but it's so awkward. Eventually we'll find the flick up the Eagle headshot. And there's only Rain and Carrigan that are left now in a 2 versus 3. Kirby only has a Deagle to defend the A site with, Ben. This is all he's been left with. I don't know what went on with the buy, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe North taking the chance that FaZe will not have money to buy because of that pause. But they're giving a plant away now. This is so weird. I can see Acadian straight through the trap there. Rain should be able to get that kill. I think Acadian might have seen him there.
And Kirby physically had to push all the way down because he wanted a gun. So he's had to rotate round. Now finally has an AK.
That's a big kill.
Losing Cadian is huge. He probably should have just waited for his teammates to come from behind there, but luckily you've got Kirby on the AK. He can be crisp, and Carrigan falls into the same trap. It was just a P250 he was armed with. So they will win that round. But still, 3 kills and a bomb plant for FaZe Clan on a round where they had no investment. Pretty good.
Yeah, it just seems so... Scrappy is one of the word I keep using for it, but it's just so poor, really, when you think about it, because these rounds, if you made it so you're a team who consistently will only lose 1 player on these Antigua rounds, maybe every 3 rounds or something, imagine how much money you save, like, collectively, because if a player dies with an M4 and armor, I'm not even thinking about grenades, it's 3.7k. It's a lot of money. But instead, a lot of these teams not quite able to convincingly win these Anticos. There's going to be a nade towards the boost at Sandbags, I think, that Olaf must have got lined up. Yeah. Oh, actually lands on the short side of it. Valde thinking they might know, based off the way he looked at the grenade's explosion. See, that must be something very common that North do, that they're walking out a monster as well. They must have heard them take short. This is an incredible read. It's a really unusual miss from Guardian as well. Things are not going well for them.
No, this is going from bad to worse and quite rapidly declining. As the majority of frags have gone in favour of North, and it is just Guardian and Olaf Meister that remain. Guardian trying to get that peek out towards the air B site here. We can't really see too much. Olaf Meister. And the rotate back around could be detected by Valde. And Cadian's already hit the shot on Guardian, so everything's going to fall to pieces. Valde will be able to detect Olaf Meister as well. This has to be a 4th round now picked up for North, and it will be.
And a very clean one at that. Guardian missing that shot at Monster towards AZ. If he gets the kill, they probably win that round. However, that one miss changes the flow of the entire round. They lose it. 6-4 now. They're going to be going for those deagle buys again. It started off so well for FaZe, technically. And now, nothing really there. A lot of utility damage across the board by North onto FaZe. Oh, I've had a lot of success just running up short as well. He had the bomb with him, weirdly. But I suppose... apparently a play across the map by every single player. Kirby?
Yeah.
I think that's a classic 4x3 maybe, right? Because it wasn't too far wide, but it was like just on the edge maybe of his screen.
And he's finally realised he was there and got the kill, but nevertheless, I mean, it's a 2 versus 3.
Rain's got an AWP.
Yeah, Rain has been able to scavenge an AWP from the A site. However, they're so far apart. And also that bomb is down on B. They're clearing all of long as well, so they're wasting an awful lot of time.
It's because they think Kirby is still around. But instead, Kirby's just gone, I'll clear out Monster for you guys on the CT side. They'll know there's nothing outside here. It's as if FaZe have forgotten that the bomb is actually down in this instance. It's like playing a weird MM game with players who are not like reeling info to each other, but they're still saying like, give info.
Yeah.
You just look at the radio, you'll see the bombs down. Technically.
Yeah, it's just like you should know what's going on here.
But
Rain mentioned the AWP. They don't think he can be in heaven though. You can tell by the player at barrels. Actually, it's not a player at barrels. Complete X-ray through the wall right there.
Rough stuff.
Rough. Rain's planning to save. Nico kind of needs to die because he's only got a deal anyway.
Oh, okay. 3 shots up the body.
Oh, a lot of damage as well. I was going to say, if you can get the AK from Kirby, it's not the worst thing in the world. But Rain keeps that open to the next one. Guardian should be able to pass an AK across to him. But FaZe need to be doing things on these buy rounds because they were quite fortunate. I said that first buy round, I think it went down to, it was what, 1 second on the clock?
Yeah.
They need to be doing something. But instead, we're just seeing them slowly fade away as this half goes on.
It's just kind of slow maraud around the map. You know, a bit of a field day out. No one's really 100% sure.
Look at this play from North. All 5 players A-side. And unfortunately, FaZe have gone all 5 players B-side. I think that's the first time I've seen a map split directly down the middle.
Yeah.
With all 5 players on each side on the other part.
Complete map control traded there.
Yeah.
50-50.
Quite amusing to see that. Like the shade of colour as well. B is like you're playing Zerg or something. And then on the CT side it's completely human or
Protoss.
Yeah.
Trying to lock it down.
Quite weird. So it's gonna be a 5v5 retake. If North had the retake smokes in, this could be quite good. However, FaZe didn't need to use anything to get this site. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a save. A full 5-man save.
Oh,
Yeah,
seems like they're actually going to go for it. The committal. Smoke there on towards short. Push going to come around. They pre-fire on the angle, but Rain gets the first. Karrigan as well extends out. It's a tasty kill onto Cadian. They're all crumbling to pieces, Ben. They've been toppled. And Kirby tries to stay alive by Graffiti. Tugs into position, but the nade,
lovely nade,
straight on the nose.
I think he'll live though. Oh, it must have been quite close. But that's so... I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if it was a save, because retaking that B-bomb site, all from CT and Heaven, is near impossible when FaZe have not used a single grenade to get into that site. And you could tell by the way they were going in, you know, they didn't get past like a single line from that, you know, CT to Graffiti. They just didn't get past that. Weird round to lose if you're North. Like, they made the big call to go 5 players towards A side, but unfortunately the wrong one at that time. So again, FaZe, they're just trying to do this Wolfpack play. This swing has normally worked for them on the play on the right. Should be coming through now.
Okay, Molotov over. Rain going to go in first, gets the headshot up, takes down Gade. Vada with a double kill as he will be able to respond off the M4. Karrigan will trade it as well. And they're left now just into a 3 versus 3, but the backstab. Kirby. He could be huge, but it just depends on the timing. He's going to be so slow by the time he'll eventually get there. Oh.
That spam was awfully close.
Yeah, it was very, very tight. Ooh, Kirby spots the first man at the adjustment. However, it's a miss from Guardian, and Kirby might have just salvaged the round from Ben. Olofmeister's in the 1 versus 3.
Kirby with all the grenades. He's made the wrong grenade move, I feel, there. Because you give a chance for Olof to just somehow spam all 3 of you through the smoke here.
You can kind of just peek it and spam the smoke. Because now he's protected, you don't know where he is, as much as you don't know where you are, but...
Fortunate for them, though, he didn't have a lineup.
Yeah.
Kirby should have really been Molotov in that and then just taking control of it. Instead, they did play that risk of him, as you mentioned, just spamming it perfectly. You don't know where he is.
It's a two-way thing, Ben. You know.
Yeah. The alternative way of doing it, I suppose, would be you smoke halfway to it and Molotov behind it, maybe. But ultimately, they do get that round, regardless. 7-6 now. North going fast aggressive 1 towards mid and 2 towards long as well. But it's going to be a fast mid from FaZe.
Oh.
They've gone past him.
Oh, Kirby. The backstab. However, it doesn't work out as well as he was hoping it would. Does go down as the counter pick was there.
Cadian's got to be screaming that this player passed him.
Oh,
Unfortunately
Rain.
not.
Yeah, from a distance, gets the headshot off, kills Valde. It's Gade and Katie that remain, and Gade going to slowly advance, get into a power play position here. Katie as well on the elevated angle. But the T's are backing off. However, that bomb is still waiting over by the slide.
So FaZe are waiting for North to try and force the issue, right? You've got a man down. You need to get some info somewhere. Rain's now going to be standing that fake towards the A site. Cadian should be able to hear that, but it doesn't look like they're biting at all. Thing is, if they don't bite, Rain will get that complete control of the site. He'll either A, hold this site call for them to come back, or B, he'll go behind them at A. You can see the call's been made there. Come towards A, I've got this, this is clear. Cadian jumped and spotted him at short. He'll be thinking, I've made the great call here, I've stayed here. But Rain, you know, you've got Guardian now having to do this marathon. He has to do it in that first buy round as well. He'll arrive on the site and the plant will be free. North might need to save again. Especially going into this round, it'll be the last one of the half as well.
And at this point, it's quite scary because then potentially it could go to a 9-6 here.
So the gamble calls for Cadian so far this half in terms of calling. They did quite well on the eco rounds. However, with the buy rounds, it's not gone too great.
No, it's not been as effective as it was originally.
So a very free round for FaZe, really. We can consider the last minute of the round or so completely outmaneuvered their opponents. 8-6 in favor of FaZe. They'll be able to get a good buy across as well. Gade can drop an M4 towards Valde. Caden will drop one as well. Gade should be dropping a gun to the AZ at the very least, yeah. So there we go. Full buys other than Cadian's utility. And the same can be said about FaZe as well. That Molotov actually missed. That's the first time he's actually missed. And Kirby's just charged and he gets that kill with no trade. That's so bizarre. Absolutely free kill for Kirby there. Didn't really need to do anything other than just shoot at Guardian and run away. So Olaf's had a pretty decent game when it comes to lurking on this B side of the map. Like in terms of info, he's done pretty well. However, Gade, that elevated position, kind of hard to deal with someone when they're holding there. Especially when you don't look towards that side as well. Olaf wasn't really expecting that. North in a very good position to take this 7th round. Nico decides to not actually clear that corner. But he did clear pretty much everything other than the tight right corner. 2v5, Rain and Carrigan. Arguably 2 players have been under the most scrutiny in the past few months for FaZe. It's a very big ask for them here.
Can they have any huge plays into this round, or is it going to go 8-7? Jump spot comes through, Cadian with a nice connection from the AWP. Carrigan completely forced back, going to be flashbanged as well as this push is coming down. Tries to make a play, but it's an awkward spam. He will be cleaned up there. And it does go 8-7. So considering it looked like a very one-sided half at first for FaZe when they started off, Ben, it quickly trickled in favor of North. And they've been able to get themselves into quite a nice spot now at the halftime.
I think it's mostly about those rounds where North did stuff on their eco rounds, right? Because consider 2 of the rounds, one of them went down to a 1v1. Well, actually, it was 1v3 technically, if you think about it. Olaf did complete that 1v3. And then the other one was just a complete sweep, really, from the North side of things. They forced FaZe into going towards B, and they dealt with them pretty handily. The question is, how strong is Cadian's calling on the T side of things here? Looks like we fixed the pipe.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't appear to be leaking anymore.
Yeah, so maybe it's on a time-based rotor. Right at the start of the round, it just starts bursting, and then
it stops leaking once all the
All the fluid.
All the air leaks out.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Quite a leaky pipe.
Fairly leaky.
8-7 though, before we get underway with our second half pistol. FaZe Clan, normally very, very strong in their pistol rounds. Are they going to be able to try and bolster that scoreline off the back of this second pistol?
If they were to grab it though, you'd be probably thinking it's an easy 10 rounds on the board already for them. So let's see the buys going through. Carrigan taking the hit, being the player with the kit and a smoke. Gade and Easy on the north side of things, getting the grenades in. So Gade having a Molotov is an interesting one, I feel. However, this mid-aggression, Wayne will hear them running through playground. Olaf's there to deal damage as well. I was going to say they're missing a lot of the bullets, but Rain, however, was landing them.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, at this point, you've been able to find 2 frags already. You've got yourself into a good spot, but there is a trade. Gade gets the flick up, kills Olofmeister. Guardian going to have to try and punish back and takes down Kirby. And it is all up to Gade and Easy.
So you'd probably say that's a pretty decent place to hold the bomb. However, they've decided to pull back completely, and they're double pushing long again, though. It's quite a nice play, and especially when Carrigan lands that shot now, Easy on his own. No armor. They know exactly where he is as well. Just a matter of time, really. Should be a shot straight in the side of the head. Nicely done from Rain. 3k on the pistol round.
Yeah, nicely played. So FaZe Clan, they do get themselves that 9th round, and that's the knock-on effect as well, because scarily, they should be able to pick up this one, get themselves to a 10-7. Then there'll be a rebuy coming back out from north, but they are going to force spend. They're going to chase the economy.
So one of the rare sightings of the force buy on the second round of the half. We've normally seen teams avoid it. However, I suppose FaZe Clan, they're probably the team to do it against, because you guarantee Guardian will not be buying into this. He'll go for armor with his just pistol. So if you were to try and hit his side of the map on this round, you'd be guaranteeing there's just going to be somebody with, well, it's a P2K or a USP, and then there'll be a gun beside him as well. Guardian actually switched out his P2K for a USP. Huh. It was somebody else's pistol.
We've seen this a couple of times now, where we've had this conversation about Guardian using a P2000 and then rotating back to the USP. Is he borrowing people's pistols for certain positions?
I guess so. Maybe he feels more confident taking out unarmed opponents with a USP. Which you should be then using that on the pistol run regularly, really, shouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Here comes the execute, though. FaZe have got 4 players in this side of the map, though. It doesn't matter that Guardian's got a USP. There's some decent firepower behind it.
Ooh. Push coming in towards the site. They can try and go for the bomb plant. They are going to be allowed to get the bomb down. Rain's the only one that takes a bit of a scratch as he's left on 55. Flashbang there as the push goes in. Gage just charges into the unknown and realizes quickly that it was the wrong call to make.
Carrigan has a smoke for this, and he does have a kit still as well. I'm intrigued by that smoke he's by Easy. It doesn't really cover too much for them. The tap has actually come through. Carrigan's just sticking the defuse. And nothing really happens. He gets the kill. Oh, gets the defuse. Guardian's the only player to fall. So that's your least valuable member in terms of equipment value. So North lose that round after buying into it. There wasn't enough pressure for my liking. So normally when you do that set of smokes, you usually have maybe 1 or 2 people actually flash through it and just try and get something. Like you either try and get truck control, you try and get bank control, or you try and get CT. You get one of those 3. Nicely done, you'd get 2. But instead we saw, I think it was Gade flash himself through the smoke, but it was so minimal effort that nothing was really coming from him. And this is now what this second round should have been. I mean, Valde gets a team kill on Scrappy. Not an ideal start by any means. But Caden did kill Guardian though. Guardian didn't actually buy an AWP either because he recognised they did force into that. So in terms of order of rounds, this has been very different to what we've seen from every other game.
Cadian just scurrying out of there. MP9 in his hands, just running the entire time, hoping to get the save off. It's going to be a long save, Ben. A minute on the clock.
He's looking for kills, really. They'll be buying next round with a nice loss bonus of 2,900. If he's able to do damage to their, their equipment, even better, right? However, Rain is on this side of the map. It really depends on where Rain is looking towards. You're not going to look at this tight left angle, I feel, if you're Cadian. You can tell there, that's not a normal angle you look for when you are walking around that corner. So FaZe, 11-7 now. And this will technically be the first real buy round coming through. Guardian finally picking up the AWP. Cadian, he's debating it, he goes rifle instead. But Carrigan's actually stuck with an MP9, which is an interesting decision, I feel. You can tell where North are going from the get-go here. B side appears to be the call. It might be the correct one with how many CC players are actually here. It's going to be a contact play as well. That's bold.
Oh, the slow walk in. Smoke going to be bloomed. Olofmeister finds the first kill. The trade is there as Valde will get the pick back with the AK. Nico playing close towards the pole. Wants to dance around and try and go for a attack if he can, but AZ caught him on the cross, was able to find the headshot to him. And it's not going fantastically.
And Caden gets obliterated. He was making that long con play. I'll clear short, guys. Just give me a second. Unfortunately, Carrigan turns around at the right time. So it's now a 2v3 on the post plan. Carrigan, another kill into the round. It's just on Valde. He's had a decent game so far, but unfortunately, his 1v3 is a big ask.
Oh.
First one, but can't get anything else.
No, just the singular frags. He found the headshot there on Guardian. Ready to be able to trade it back with the M4. Defuse going to come through, so it will go 12-7. And FaZe Clan, terms of the rounds, looking in good position. Form's good for cash as well. Lots of money for everyone, so they'll be able to rebuy these out no matter what the outcome begins to be. For North, you see the full buy coming back through. All the AKs to play with. 5 AKs. We need to see something better coming out from them now.
So it was a big risk call by North right there. Going contact out towards Monster. You know, it's a great call when it does work. However, when it doesn't, you see situations like that. You know, Nico staying alive, putting that perfect smoke in by Pillar. Kind of delayed things. And that's beautiful! They've actually just double naded Olaf when he was jump smocking the sandbags and killed him. That's... It's quite funny to think that FaZe Clan did that to Valde. And now Valde does the same thing to Olaf. That's lovely. So rare that you see that kill actually come through. It's normally just like 20 damage.
Yeah, it is very different than being actually able to find the kill this time around. And
North have made the move to A. This could be bad news. FaZe are playing both players here. But Guardian moving the complete wrong way by looks things. There's a lot of grenades going off towards A and he was still running towards B. Very unusual. Carrigan, he did see a player spot go across there. Gets the counter Valde as well. Still winnable. Molotov onto default coming in. Flash from Guardian doesn't actually get the player at A long. He's got to be thinking of a save here. So I feel like that double, if not triple, grenade kill they got onto Olaf over the wall kind of changed the way that round was interpreted, I feel. Because it's such a bizarre, not an entry kill, because it wasn't actually the first kill into the map, but, you know, Olaf hasn't seen a single play. He's been killed by... He's been airstriked.
Yeah. The mortar strikes hit him.
Like, you can see his slumped body in the sandbags over there.
Just accept it.
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guardian...
Oh, no.
He was being rather loud, and you can see the question being asked then. Do we want the AWP? Cadian says yes. Should be passed over towards him there. 12-8 scoreline. They still have money on the side of FaZe there. So the 4 rifles are up by coming in from both sides. North seems to be a lot more on the fly when it comes to these rounds. So this has been a call from straight from the round start by Cadian. You can see AZ was getting ready to set up. Olaf, on a right-hand peak, he's always got the advantage there, and he's actually able to get out as well.
Yeah, just moves back, stays alive. It's gone well for them so far. Guardian with a frag on Gade takes him down. Gonna drop the smoke to block off the pipe towards Monster as well, and already 2 picks have been found for FaZe Clan. They just need a little bit more to push them over that mark. And that will secure them a 13th round. Rotate comes through. North completely adjusting their game plan here, Ben, as they follow their leader in Cadian.
Somewhat relying on him to get the entry kill here, I feel. They are showing where they're going, though. That flash has made a lot of noise. Nico not quite biting on the rotate just yet. But Rain, he's got him also about ready, just in case. I think the smoke will come through the end of long as well. So that smoke comes through. They're hoping Cadian can actually walk up and get a kill here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to catch Rain off guard, but I feel like the trade will be coming through from Carrigan if it does happen. He's actually just running up and going for it.
Oh. Cadian gets the first, tries to go for the flick over, but could not. Defense towards the site looking effective as ever, though. Oh, AZ, how has he not found that frag? Nico, been able to just turn on him. It's got to be such a tilter. Kirby forced to fall back as well, but even then going to be executed. So 13 rounds have been secured, set in stone for FaZe, and a pause will come out for North.
Not a surprising pause by any means. Kind of need to talk through what this buyout actually entailed, because you've got Valde on low money. There were some players capable of getting a decent buy-in, but otherwise, the rounds that they have played through, they've not been very, let's see, proactive, I guess is the best thing, right? So the rounds that the round they won on that T side was kind of spurred on by the nice nade kill they got onto Olaf, and on the map they got multiple little picks.
Yeah.
However, we've been seeing some calls straight from the start of the round, we're going to do this. And they go straight into it, they lose players along the way, and then they lose the round. So the buy comes in, hoping that it's not another situation like that, but from a pause, you kind of expect it to happen. Front of toilet smoke coming in there, I believe. But Rain, he was thinking about going aggressive, but there's a lot of grenades landing in front of him there. That needed a decent amount of damage considering it was through a smoke as well. They will hear the smoke or the flashes come through, but in fact they're just walking it. The smoke's going to fade in the next 5 seconds. Rain's got a big ass. He's going to see a lot of players on the radar.
Oh.
He gets 2.5 if you think about the damage done to Gade. That's job done for him.
Yeah, that's more than enough, really. You've left Gade so low. They've still got utility towards the A site. That spooked them as well, Ben. They're deviating from their plan. The original A take has not worked. And Olaf Meister, he could destroy all of them. I'm going to hear them thunderfooting their way around. If they don't clear this angle, it should be 3 easy kills. No one going to look at it. Oh, Valde. So lucky to survive. But yeah, they didn't expect it again. Nico in the close position gets both of the kills, and they go 14-8.
The second wave, they were not ready for it. They hadn't prepared the towers for that situation. Valde and Kirby both on 23 and 19 kills. The next nearest 9, 9, and then 8. Fair to say that there is 2 players currently carrying this side of this map. And they've bought into this. It looks like it's going to be a B rush. Smoke center site coming through. 2 players through short. Olaf will see them. He hears them as well. They're bounding all the way forward. They're running all the way in. Just keep having their grenades out. Nico thankfully gets 2, but ultimately that's a 2 for 2 on the B side. They've already lost it.
So the retake squad comes around. Rain, Guardian, and Carrigan here. They have so much utility. 3 Molotovs, 1 HE. They could be very useful at forcing these players out of position. The Molotovs are going to start to get pulled, but Guardian goes back to his orb because of the flashbang coming over. Rain going to be putting the boost angle as well to peer down onto them. It's an early smoke. It does force a little bit of patience to come out. Oh, Gabe with the MP5, Ben. Close range getting that kill. AZ as well with a follow-up. Guardian forced to save. They're going to get a 9th round.
Such a bizarre round to actually win on the north side of things. You know, they're lucky they catch Olaf with his grenades in his hands. Nico, you could say he whiffed that spray a bit to an extent. He gets the first kill, thinks he's got the second one, has to go back to it. And by the time he's turning on sponsor, it's a bit too late. There's players all over him. It's another round that I wouldn't say it was exactly great from North by any means, but they caught the players off guard when needed. And the post plant was really well done. The flashes came through at the right times. They get a lifeline. FaZe actually go for an eco here. Carrigan able to get a mag 7 in. Guardian with that saved AWP going towards B as well. There's a lot of grenades coming in towards B. He might be able to get a kill for free.
Oh, Guardian.
Oh, he's hard committing to this side.
He really is, getting aggressive with the AWP, looking for those picks so badly. Depends on the timing. I mean, he might be able to run away with it. Gets one. Back for the second, but he misses. He's blind. No chance to fire off the no-scope. Olofmeister as well in close proximity. Not able to do much, but the backstab from Carrigan works well. Gets the first kill. Rain going to grab the AK. It's a 2 versus 3.
He's only got $1,400. They're actually going to go for the boost, though. It's a risky decision. The question is, what can he see? Oh, dink through the corner.
That's a big tag. But they are going to save it.
So Carrigan getting the kill with Mag 7. He's going to hope to try and find the exit if they've gone towards CT. The player going towards this way, coincidentally, is AZ, who was smacked up through the corner of the wall. Both players not really expecting each other. Easy kill for AZ's pickup. So FaZe, you got to be thinking they might buy into this, because Rain saving that AK means he'll have a buy regardless. Olaf can go SMG if needed. Nika can do the same. He can probably get a FAMAS if he wants to. Should be the call. Comes in. 14 to 10 though.
FaZe, can they get themselves match point? Or is it going to be North that keep on fighting through? FaZe have looked like they're struggling in some of these rounds. It has not been amazing.
This is so aggressive.
It's bold. Let's see if it pays off as he pushes through. Tries to see if he can slip in from the rear. Right now just holding towards playground. They've got it on lockdown. It's Kirby and Cadian that are there. Oh, Guardian's already gone as well. So they have the uppercut that's come through. They've caught out Rain. It's not looking good, Ben.
Yeah, the aggressive play kind of went stagnant. But they hit a wall and then they just kind of held from there. And instead of making the move, which they needed to, because the longer you wait, the more options you give for the opponents to flank you. And in that case, we saw Valde getting the kill on Guardian for free. You know, then Rain, he was forced into a situation where he has to take the fight. He lost it. Means that North have got a really good position here to actually take this 11th round. Carrigan towards this A site. They're risking 3 players towards the A site. I do like that when you do risk the potential stack towards it, but Carrigan clearly making the call. Go towards B, I'll hold towards A. Fortunately for him, it will be the wrong call in this situation. Although if he catches off Valde, it might change the way this round plays out.
FaZe, it seems like they've been able to get close to clutch rounds, so close to winning them, and they're letting them slip away quite a few times now. So is this going to be one of the same? Stops firing. Carrigan assumed that he had actually killed Valde, but Carrigan?
What?
Wow. That's
was so
a huge round. No.
Especially when you consider he messed up the spray.
It was a whiff, and then he thought the guy was dead.
And look at the North buy. They've got next to no money. That's such a bad round to lose. 3v5. They were hitting the site, which technically had the lesser players on it. And unfortunately, with how long they took, they didn't really check every angle that was needed. Valde running out without checking things. It's really unfortunate. Poor round to lose. Well, it gives FaZe 5 match points to play with.
It's not ideal, Ben. That it's gone down like that. It's not looking great at all, and this could be FaZe Clan shutting down the game here. As long as they pick up the next round, it could go 16 to 10, and they will win Overpass. The first map in the best of 2 between North here in ESL Pro League. The nade's going to be launched out early on to try and restrict the push and hold the bay.
The push is going to come in there. Rain and Guardian, they're ready for it. Although the aim is not there. Guardian kills Rain.
Oh, this is going all kinds of wrong, Ben. The CZ's in close proximity doing an awful lot of damage. Luckily, you've got a wild Olofmeister to pop off as he takes the peek, gets the kill on AZ. 50 seconds.
Valde's made a huge play. They're not expecting it at all. If
no
they get
one's holding for it.
Unfortunately, Valde, he's made a lot of noise, I think, pushing towards that side. He's been put low as well. Nico, he saw him. He lands the shot. 16-10.
Wow.
FaZe, they looked shaky at times.
They did. Still very, very back and forth rounds. Even the rounds they did pick up towards the end there. Looking like they shouldn't have won them, based off just individual clutches for the most part. A very wild game. Still not looking like the FaZe of old.
Yeah, not quite looking like the dominant side, which we know and have recently seen in the past. However, it's good that they have got that win without needing to get that close scoreline, right? Because we consider yesterday it was an overtime game, and then Hellraise ran over them for the second map.
Yeah.
At least this time it's a convincing win in some departments, because North, some of the rounds they won, were lucky, if anything, right?
That's very true, Ben. But that is the first map now being picked up by FaZe Clan. There is another map to go that we're going to be moving on after. That will be Inferno. North, do they have any tricks up their sleeves? Can they try and peel it back on Inferno, or is it going to be a FaZe Clan shutdown? We'll find out on the second map after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.